Hello, dear Virgo, and welcome to your love reading for the month of June of 2025. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you for your love and your loyalty always, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting always. Let's see what's going on in the month of June for Virgo. Please check also your other placements. So if you're familiar with your other placements, check them, check those readings. For instance, you've got a moon in Leo, do check out the Leo reading. Let's see what's going on as we'll be using the angel answer. So do think up your questions. Hopefully Spirit will give you some guidance towards the end of the reading. We'll be taking the little Greek oracle, the past, present, future position strictly. And we'll be reading, we'll be taking an advice card from the energy oracle. And we're doing a Celtic cross with the Lenormand this month. So it is Gemini season, so Virgo is under a bit of pressure as we lead on to the Cancer season. So towards that second part of June, the energies will be more flowing and easier for you, Virgo. Let's see what's going on, dear Spirit. Thank you for your guidance relative to Virgo in the month of June. What's going on in love for Virgo? And we'll be taking the handwritten love messages at the end of the reading as well. For Virgo, wow, we've got a release. There's something that you're letting go. Something or someone that you're letting go of. Dear Virgo, we've got Scorpio here. This is the death card. So a huge change is taking place in your life in the month of June. Very important month, seems like. You may be releasing a toxic relationship, an obsessive relationship. You may be releasing a Scorpio, or you may be dealing with a Scorpio that's going through a change in their own life. Nevertheless, I mean, this is the death card, and the death card also means that there is a very strong sexual nature to your relationship. It could be a relationship where even intimacy could be part of the control, if there is control and obsession. Let's see what's going on for Virgo, please, Spirit. Thank you. You may be letting go of a toxic relationship in your life, or it could be the end of a challenging cycle relative to you and your love life that you are finishing up with. You're releasing and therefore becoming more lightweight, more free. Let's see what's going on for Virgo. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, so you are carrying a heavy burden this month. The challenge is, but you need to keep the faith. The challenge is a child or a new cycle, and it's a 13, the child here. And you need to keep the faith that there is a new beginning, but there's a burden that you're still carrying, you or the person you're hoping to manifest. It can be an actual child, or it can be just a new beginning. It can also say here with the child, it is naivety, it is trust. So there could be trust issues. There could be, as I said, a child that's blocking you know, the flow where your relationships are concerned. Let's take the spread. Crowning you is the key, which is an open wound. We've got the gold cage that I speak of here, but we see the door open. Someone is freeing, finding a way to free themselves from something that they felt imprisoned by. Remember, the key is like Chiron. It's an open wound. It can speak to healing. This can speak to toxicity and poison. Okay. And Venus. Interesting, if you're a Virgo rising, Venus has just recently connected with Chiron, which is like the key, which speaks to an open wound that needs healing in your 8th house, the natural house of Scorpio. So coming to terms with something here, finding a way out of a blocked situation, finding the revelation, the resolution. This can speak to freedom. Where are you coming from in the past? Yeah, lots of worry, injustices, depression possibly, lots of worry and stress, anxiety, feeling that you have not been valued, Can speak to unhealthy connections as well. Being in an unhealthy situation that's very toxic, recent past, the well, in the near future, the mountain, in the position of you, Virgo, is the garden. What or who is your environment? What's going on in your environment? We've got the lily. In your hopes and fears is a brand new cycle, is the rider, which is the ace, and the possible outcome for Virgo in the month of June, or whenever you get to view this message. Wow, it's interesting, very interesting indeed, as this male divine masculine keeps showing up for all the signs. There are two couples in this deck. We've got a couple that's more inclined towards the water, earth energy, and then we've got the fiery or air couple more leaning towards the fire, and we see this divine masculine that has shown up for, I think, nearly all the signs. I started off with Gemini, did Cancer, Leo, now Virgo. So it's interesting that we've got the same individual showing up all the time. Let's not get stuck on the signs. Let's more concentrate on the energies. And what we see is someone that is either very passionate, very sexual, very desiring, very action orientated, or even frustrated and angry. He does wear Mars on his chest. Mars is ruled by Scorpio. You may be dealing with a Scorpio. Mars now is in Leo, so let's throw in Leo. Let's throw in Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, because Aries is also ruled by Mars. But because Mars is transiting through Leo now, running with my words. It could be a Leo, or it could be the energy that the Mars masculine is emanating at this time. Also, air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, or even Libra, but not as much as the fire signs. And this person holds the Ace of Cups. So we have recently had Mars and Venus, Mars from Leo and Venus through the house of Aries, which for Virgo, especially if you're a rising Virgo, is the 8th house of sex. And they're both Venus and Mars, they're in fire signs, which says action, which says desire, which says flirtation, action. Interesting that in your environment you've got the King of Swords. Could be King of Swords, could be King of Wands, but the lily is like a purification, or it's a sexual connection, or it's got to do with ethics, morality, and someone going through a purificating process in their life. This can also speak to a spiritual connection, that you may be connected. This could be a spiritual connection. Yes, Spirit could be saying, you're carrying a heavy burden for the next 2-3 weeks, but this too shall pass. You need to keep the faith. Something hasn't been built well. There may be third parties here with the mice, because you may have felt an injustice, that you have not been valued as much as what you should be, Virgo. In the recent past, lots of secrets. The well does hold a lot of secrets, a lot of secretive emotions. The well is water, and we've got strong water in Scorpio here. The well can also speak to strong intuition, or just someone that keeps their emotions in check and very secretive, which could be the Scorpio energy. What's at the bottom? The bridges have shown up for a few signs, so lots of adjustments, dilemmas, whether to get over a situation maybe that you've been in. The bridges are like needing to cross over a bridge. It could be a physical cross over a bridge, and I'm not talking about a physical death. I'm talking about, it could be even an ending let's say, a metaphorical death to a relationship, possibly. But also, this could be needing to forgive, needing forgiveness. I do see the Five of Cups in this card, but again, choices also, because we've got two bridges, possible choices. Yeah, lots of conflict, anxiety, anger, possibly. We've got a 38, which is 11, and another 11 here. 11 is very significant, so I'm wondering, the 11th month, of course, is the month of Scorpio, but 11 is also justice. Justice can speak to karma, dharma, but also possible divorce, endings, breakups, because justice, of course, is Libra, and Libra is equal relationships, balance in relationships. It's got to do with family, as we've got the tree, but the tree is also a past connection, possibly. Let's take more cards and see what's going on. I think we'll take let's take the advice card first. For Virgo, please, Spirit. The energy oracle. Let's see what the message is here. Now, it's not a love oracle, but, you know, everything is intertwined. Everything is connected. So let's see what the advice is. That could be what is limiting or blocking your love life. Let's see what Spirit shares with us today. I do see, you know, the key that's crowning you there. It could relate to an open wound. You know, the key being Chiron. Chiron was different. He was a centaur. He was the outsider. But Chiron also was someone that was a teacher, someone that was very special. He had special powers. He couldn't heal himself. He could heal everyone else. So I don't know how that resonates for you, dear Virgo, but this could be the ability to break free, to break out of something that you felt trapped in. Let's see. We've got yin and yang. It's 22 and it's in the reverse. So obviously there's an imbalance with the yin and the yang, which speaks to the energies. Let's read the reverse message. This card reverse reveals a yang cycle, which is one of active, outgoing energy, which is what we see in the divine masculine here. This time calls for a more logical approach to things, but the logic needs to be applied to purposeful action. This cycle is often marked by creativity and new beginnings, sometimes with significant outer change. Let yourself apply more forceful energy to the task at hand and take advantage of this highly charged yang time. Now, everyone is affected by Venus. Venus transiting through Aries. Venus has got that feminine side, but Venus in a Mars-ruled sign of Aries she's more motivated. So even though you're not showing up so far in the reading, dear Virgo, I see a divine masculine here. I see that there is a lot of yang energy here, and yang means creation, inspiration, taking action, right? So if there's been dilemmas about a choice, choices need to be made. Let's take more cards, because what we see here is that in the near future, we've got a 21, which is like the world card. I don't know if you're dealing with a foreigner, but the mountain can speak to needing to find the strength to be strong, just like a mountain is. This card can speak to Mars energy as well. I do get Saturnian energies as well. There are blocks here as needing to complete a life cycle, but this can also speak to someone having to be very, very strong to overcome any obstacles. But like the mountain is which is not, we don't have the ability to move mountains. Maybe through your beliefs, you could move mountains. Feels like in the near future that you're accomplishing something which is like being able to move a mountain. I feel it's that inner strength that you've got. Unless this is talking about a little bit of time limiting, but in the position of you as the garden, and this could speak to dealing with someone that lives close to a mountainous area. If not that, it could be time limiting as well. But in the position of you is the garden, which is your reputation, which the garden could be a place of joy, happiness. The garden can also be a place of meeting someone. Could speak to someone's social status changing. I mean, it is a 20, which is like the judgment card, second chances. Usually in the fountain, we see Venus being rebirthed. Now, Venus on the 9th, on the 6th, so this is done on the 5th, tomorrow, is entering Taurus. She's at a very critical degree right now, so as I'm reading this, but she's coming home to Taurus, which is more about stability, more about value, more about a feel-good energy. It's like taking baby steps. Taurus is a fixed earth sign that is in good aspect for you and gives you those opportunities. It's like flowing energy. So Venus will be behooving you, helping you. Now, if this is your person who, because they're showing up as a King of Swords or a King of Wands, let's say, who is more, maybe they use their logic. Maybe this is someone that wasn't very comfortable with sharing their emotions, right? And maybe this needed to change. Maybe you're dealing with someone that was very ethical, or they saw you as being someone very ethical. If you were dealing with someone that was not showing emotions, was showing up more as sexual, possibly. And if this is your person here, then what's on their mind is the 9 of Cups. It's like they want, I don't know, to transition. They want a brand new cycle with you. They want to communicate. They want lots of communication. We see that she's riding on a rainbow. But I do also see that she's on a merry-go-round. You've been on a merry-go-round with this relationship, possibly, or your person has. It could be a place that your person visits if they've got small children, right? Usually it's children on merry-go-rounds, but this is a new beginning. This is an ace, and this could also signify travel and news. Maybe they're hoping to communicate with you. They're hoping you communicate with them. I don't know, because this is a mercurial card. Mercury is very strong here. And Mercury is the trickster, is the communicator, is the messenger. So it could be something that they're thinking of. I don't feel it's something that someone that has cheated you or that you can't trust. King of Swords is usually quite fair and just, right? They will tell you the truth, even if the truth hurts sometimes. And you could be dealing with someone that wears a uniform, someone that don't show their emotions on a daily basis, but we see as an outcome that we've got the divine masculine here, and it could be frustration, it could be anger, there could be will, drive, and a divine masculine being in the yang energy, ready to take action. They do hold the Ace of Cups. Let's see what else is going on here. Why do we have the cross? What does the cross with a child mean? Because that could be someone's heavy burden, having a child, right? Being a father, it could be a single father, I don't know. We've got the masks here. It's like Spirit is saying, hold on, wait, the masks will come down. You haven't been seeing things clearly. And again, Pisces is also, again, about not seeing clearly. Pisces can also speak to a spiritual connection or a secret love affair. It is the natural 12th house, and Pisces is your opposite house. And I see two masks, so both of you have been somewhat wearing masks, not being totally truthful. Let's take one more. We've got, wow, we've got the heart here, but the heart is in the challenge position. This to me is a secretive, it could be a secret love affair, because the Pisces is the 12th house, which does speak to secret love affairs with foreigners, people that are at a distance, things going on behind closed doors. Spirit is saying in 2 or 3 weeks the masks may come off relative to love, relative to someone's emotions and what they feel towards you. But we also see that the heart is on the child. This is someone that has got a great love for a child. Let's see why we've got the mice here. And we've got the fox. Lots of worry. If this was a secretive connection, there were third parties. There has been a lot of worry. I mean, the fox does speak to sneakiness, theft, tact. Maybe someone not being open with their emotions and you being in a guessing game. If you've been dealing with a Scorpio, I wouldn't be surprised. Or even, you know, another water sign. I mean, here we've got Pisces. We've got Pisces here as well. Let's look at the well in the recent past. Wow. This is Neptune, Saturn. The clock is ticking away. The clock does speak to timing, karma. You know, this is Saturn, the Lord of karma and timing. That maybe someone can open up with their emotions in due time, or that there's more work to be done. Saturn says someone needs to mature. Now, if you've been dealing with someone that was acting very childish, or that there's a big age difference, maybe they needed their time to mature, to be more emotionally open. Let's take one more on that. Someone needed time to be able to follow their true norths, to follow their heart, because we've got the sun here. The sun speaks to clarity, healing, happiness, truth, reconciliation. But the sun is also someone's happiness. The sun can speak to confidence. Leo comes through. Confidence. Someone will come through with the confidence and, you know, to follow what their north node is. And this can speak to travel, physical travel as well, because of the compass. Let's see the crowning card. Yep, we've got news. Someone's thinking of communicating, or someone is freeing themselves through legalities. This could be a legal divorce or separation, or this is communication about someone finding their freedom, finding the resolution to get out of something, a situation where they felt very blocked, a house, a relationship. And the key can open a house. Now, the house, to me, in love readings, because it's the King of Cups as well, and the King of Cups would be Scorpio. Just saying, doesn't have to be, could be any water sign, but King of Cups is naturally Scorpio. The key opens up doors, and the house in love readings for me is like a relationship. So someone's either coming out of a relationship, they're finding a resolution, they're moving house, right? Or there is a resolve, if there is physical distance, as how to come closer. The closeness may be physical. I mean, well, coming closer could be more physically or emotionally. Because we see, you know, King of Cups is usually someone that's mature, emotionally mature. Let's see. What is this mountain, which is the Eight of Wands, really? We've got a book. There are things that you may need to know before you can close up a major life cycle. And I don't know if I'm talking to your person or to you. Because I see with the anchor, which can be very anchoring, very heavy, just like the mountain, responsibilities, work, marriage, commitments. Someone not being totally truthful, totally open with you. Even though we've got communication here, I don't know that you would know everything, that you will be able to know about everything. But you will find out that there's a lot of worry relative to maybe possibly also any themes of lies, deception, lies or deception, or things that were unknown, because we see the book is closed, and again we've got Pisces here. Sorry, Virgo, I had a bit of a interruption, so I had to put the cards down, and I was talking about lies and deception, just the fact that we've got the fox at the foundation. Obviously there's sneakiness here. There could be third parties as well, because we've got masks, we've got the book here, the book which is closed relative to possible a commitment, what's really going on, right? What's really going on. And the thing is that these cards are on the mountain. The mountain is what is sort of hard. It's like those blockages, right? And the blockages or the challenges could have to do with your person being in a relationship and they're not sharing the information with you. Maybe they weren't sharing. Maybe now in the near future there's a possibility that this book will open. But I don't feel that they will be totally truthful. Because even in the now, we've got the cross and we've got the masks, right? The mask right on the cross. So you've been running on faith, dear Virgo. You've been, walking in the unknown. Just jotting down the title because I never remember it by the end of the reading. Let's continue. We could say here also that things that you will find out about, also where the person you're hoping to manifest, maybe they've had really heavy burdens relative to work. So being away at work, working really hard at it could be literally work, or it could be just a lot of hard work relative to what's going on in their life. I do want to take one more on that mask because it doesn't tell me very much. Let's take one more card on the mask. Yeah, there's the scythe. So this is going to be very sudden. The masks are going to come down very suddenly. And, the scythe can also be a quick or hasty breakup, or cutting away, or clearing the air, or seeking the truth. Remember the release. Remember the Scorpio card, the death card there. This could be communication. It's very similar to the Ace of Swords. Communication about things that were unknown for you. Something's coming to light. Let's look at your position, because you've got a very happy card with a garden. Yes, you see the clouds are clearing. Another Neptune, Pisces energy, but the sun's breaking through the clouds. And we've got 3 birds here, which are messengers. Communication. So things are clearing up. I do see some happiness here. And we've got the King of Wands. King of Wands, someone that's ready to take action, ready to speak about their desires. What news is coming through that's making Virgo very happy? And you are showing up as yourself here, Virgo. Okay, because she's the divine feminine, and she's one of the divine feminine in the deck. She's obviously earth or water, lots of water and earth, more so. And she's the open book, and you could see here, and it's getting dark here in Greece. You see the book, it's open. She's an open book, but the book has been closed from the other side. So she's been dealing with someone that was very secretive, but she was very, very clear about her feelings, her emotions, what she wants, what she doesn't want, so on and so forth. Let's look at your person and the lilies here. We've got the bear, so Be careful, don't poke the bear, don't anger the bear. This could be someone that has heavy responsibilities. They could also, a bear could be a mother figure. This could be an ex. This could be an ex of your person that they're still dealing with, possibly them going through a release and wanting to purify their life. Maybe having not dealt with someone that was pure and innocent, and possibly, maybe, you made the difference, Virgo. Maybe you made the difference. Either that, or, this could be a mother figure. This could be a mother of the person you're hoping to manifest. Someone that's quite in charge. Unless this is your person, they've got their own business, they've got heavy responsibilities. They could be, they're coming through as possibly angry, but also to me, this is like they're going to they're finding the courage to do the right thing, to value you, to honor you. And they're overcoming, they're surpassing their abilities if this is them. And we've got the moon. And the moon can speak to someone trusting in their intuition, even though this could be someone that holds, remember, a position of power. This would be like the emperor for me. So someone that's very strict, very strong, very powerful where business is concerned and leading, but where their emotions are concerned, they fear being open with them. Now, this could be them taking action, could be happening around a new moon or a full moon, or during the nighttime. I'm going to take one more, and we've got an offer here, a romantic offer. They're hoping for a new cycle. They're hoping to be able to travel if they're at a distance. Wow. They're wanting to get intimate. They're wanting, because it's the Queen of Wands, unless this is your competition. Because remember, this is the snake. It does bring Scorpio energies again. It's the forbidden fruit. It's a deep desire to connect sexually. They think of you very intimately. They fantasize about you. Maybe they've seen a side to you, dear Virgo, that others haven't seen, which could be the Queen of Wands, so the Queen of Fire. And we've also got lots of confusion. I'm wondering if they're not thinking that you may also be connecting with someone else, that there could be lots of jealousy. They could be jealous. If there is a possibility that some of you have got someone else on the side, other options, because they could be fearing, this is a card of fear, they could be fearing that there are others in your life. And there are the three birds again. But, this could speak to secrecy. This is the maze is confusion, illusion, deception, wanting clarity, wanting the inside information, because Scorpio is about secrecy. But they also are trying to find a resolution. As I said, that this could be the communication, that they're looking for a resolution, for a way out of a toxic situation. Unless you're in the toxic situation and they're wondering what's going on with you. Let's look at the outcome with the Divine Masculine here. Oh, someone being about the details, seeing things from a very detailed perspective. This is the Virgo energy, the magnifying glass, or seeing little things becoming big, making something small into something way bigger. And I don't know what that could be, because we've also got the Queen of Pentacles here, which would be you, Virgo. For sure, this would be you, and you've got a dilemma here. So maybe you've got choices. Either that, This person could be also spying on you, checking out your social media if you're not communicating. And whatever you're going to be communicating about, there'll be things that you'll be seeing that you've possibly missed as an outcome, unless it's your person that gets stuck on little details here, or they're doing their research or their homework. They're looking at something very closely, and they could be spying on you. But you've got two doors here. You've got choices. They could also be putting you in a dilemma. Let's take one more. And we've got the lucky clover. We've got 222 here and 44. 22, 44, they're master numbers. The lucky clover is an opportunity for reciprocity, an opportunity to open one door, dear Virgo. Open one door, I should say close one door and open the next door. And of course the path is like dilemma, it's opportunities, it's possible travel as well, if you're dealing with someone that's at a physical distance. And if you, those of you that are mothers, your dilemma could also be connected to your children, because of course you're showing up as the motherly figure, the Queen of Pentacles, right? That you are. Okay, let's see what's going on in the emotional department. For Virgo, please, Spirit. Virgo. Did I see the received? Someone received their karma. Did I see that card? I'm not sure. This is not an easy card. It's not an easy card, the Scythe, at all. So it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, surely. For Virgo, what's going on in the emotional department? Reinvention. Metamorphosis. Shadow work. Observe, I did talk about someone spying on you. Someone's wanting to come back into your life. They've been lurking in the shadows. They've been hiding in the shadows. They've been hiding behind their finger. The settling card does bring up the inner child, possibly dealing with someone that has got issues, childhood wounds that are coming up that they need to resolve, to man up, to grow up. There's the inner child that I was just talking about, unless your person has been staying in an unhappy situation because of a particular child. We did have the child in the challenge position. Now, there could also be a big age difference between you and your person. Yep, there's the return. Someone is returning, Virgo. And you're overcoming the blockages, the barriers. The barriers were had to do with a dark time in, I don't know, in your life or in your person's life. But what was I saying? But also dealings with family situations and a particular child. Someone had to man up, had to grow up. Someone is wanting to return. Yep, they've had the guidance, they've seen the light. This is your card. You're already you've seen that inner light. Yep, there have been lessons, see? The North and the South nodes in Virgo and Pisces, right? You're already awake. Looks like your person needed to go through their own awakening. Let's have a look at the little Greek oracle. As I said, strictly past, present, future. Now, usually returns and reinventions happen during a retrograde season. We do have Pluto that's retrograde in Aquarius. Pluto does rule Scorpio. We've got a Scorpio card here. Either this could be happening in this month or as the retrogrades begin again soon. It won't be long. Mercury, your ruling planet, retrogrades every 3 months. So what's going on for Virgo in love? Past, present, future, strictly. Oh, the thief is running away. In the past, well, don't worry about reversals. I'm not reading reversed cards this time. We've got Eros. These are the lovers. Someone's been hit by that poisonous arrow of love of Eros, has fallen head over heels in love. Eros can also be a child that's played a significant role in this relationship. But this is also choices. Ooh, right now you're going through a tower moment. Someone's going through a very rude awakening or a major, major shift. We see the thief getting caught out because the house is the relationship. It's the Seven of Swords. This is 16. It's the tower. Seven of Swords. The thief gets caught. We see there's theft within a home, and the home is a relationship. Or this is someone being in a relationship with a thief that knew only to take and not give. See, even the mice. There's still worry in the future. Someone's getting caught out, either that or someone's going to be very tactful, very sneaky, but also very intelligent, right? Running off with the loot, running off with the goods. So it's a little bit up in the air. I want to see what's beneath the tower. It's just screaming at me. Okay, so we've got the rider and the horse here. Two people that need to have good communication. They need to be able to collaborate, work together, or else it could be catastrophic. Unless this is something that someone's leaving because there was no equal give and take. Right? The horse with the horseman, they need to be able to collaborate. So this is an exit from a relationship that was not, where there was no collaboration. Let's get your questions answered, Virgo. Virgo, please, Spirit, can you answer their questions? Communicate clearly. We've had a few signs that got that. Don't stop. Don't stop communicating clearly about your needs, Virgo. No need to worry. You are the worrywart. Compromise. We see the scales. Listen to your intuition. Peaceful resolution. Trust. And meditation brings answers. What's at the bottom? We've got the situation will improve. So this is very hopeful indeed. Let's take some messages from your person, the person that you're concentrating on. Let's hope that we're not connecting with your own thoughts. We're opening the head of your person. We're opening up their head and taking out their thoughts. We're sneaking into their brain. Think of your person. What do they want to tell you? What's on their mind? Forever yours. You took the stars from my eyes. You took my heart and I want it back. Virgo, they want their heart back. I want you in my life for today, tomorrow, and forever. I want you with me. I want you to be mine. I can't live without you. You know, the I want you to be mine is like they're jealous, like you're someone else's. I was wrong to doubt your love, babe. I do apologize. You make me quiver. I'm hooked on you. You turn me on. There's a very strong attraction here. My wish is for us to be together forever. Well, then action needs to be taken, right? And babe, I love you so. I think we'll leave it there. Let's see at the bottom. The physical distance between us is so great. I need to decide if I can do this. Time will tell. Virgo. Okay, and twos always speak to choices, dilemmas, but we do see the flowers here. The flowers are romance. It's politeness, it's being valued, it's someone opening up with their emotions, which is not something easy, especially with the moon card here. So Cancer comes through very strongly as well. All right, my dear friends, I think we'll leave it there. As I said, the yang energy, right? The yang energy is here, so things are going to start to play out. They will be moving. We're getting unstuck. We're leaving the past, right? We're moving forward. And we've got on the 9th, Jupiter stepping into Cancer. Jupiter will be in good aspect to you, Virgo. So Jupiter in Cancer is in a very positive sign. That's where he loves to be. So opportunities relative to Jupiter, which is the greater benefic. Anyway, thank you so much, dear Virgo. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support, your loyalty, and for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting always. You're very appreciated, Virgo. Talk to you soon. Good luck.